I am absolutely furious at Nintendo because Nintendo has raised the price of their old Nintendo Switch hardware. The OG Switch with the horrible screen, the OLED model, the Switch Lite, the Nintendo Alarmo, and the Joy-Con 2 controllers. And that's to say that we might even expect price increases for the Nintendo Switch 2, which is already, in my opinion, extremely high. It's $300 in Japan and it's $500 in the US. How is that fair? I'm literally, guys, at the point where I might just not play Nintendo Switch 2, go back and play ROMs. I have a massive backlog of games. A lot of the franchises that are coming out on Switch 2 have had successful, amazing games done, in some cases better than the new games, on older hardware. Game Boy, SNES, Nintendo Wii, Wii U, Nintendo Switch, DS, all of which are playable on non-Nintendo hardware, emulators and such. Steam Deck. I can play Switch games on the Steam Deck now. I'm at the point now, if Nintendo are going to be this greedy in raising the prices of 7-year-old hardware in 2025, I don't know how I can support them anymore. It's ridiculous. So let's get into the meat and potatoes and let's talk about the price differences here, obviously. So the Nintendo Switch, the original Switch, the OG Switch with the horrible display, in my opinion, let me know if you disagree, was already too high. $299.99. New price, $339.99. $40 price hike. $50 price hike for the OLED model. I do like the OLED model, not gonna lie. Switch Lite's getting a $30 price hike. Alarmo, $10 price hike. Joy-Con 2 controllers, price hike. And there's a comment here on Reddit which basically sums this up perfectly. Two comments actually. One from Yotam540, 5434. WTFFF, an 8-year-old device increasing prices. WTF. And this comment, we'll get into it right now. Pika V 2002 said, the Switch's cost to produce has also reduced over the 7 years that it's been out, and the components to produce the Switch 1 series of consoles are much cheaper, even taking into account inflation, when they were using older inexpensive components for 2017 standards. So yeah, even back in 2017 they were using old components, older than what was the standard at that point in time. With economies of scale at that level at the level of the most sold console in history, it just gets even cheaper to make. Those savings weren't passed on to the consumers though, because Nintendo are completely greedy and they are literally milking Nintendo fans for all they're worth right now. And we saw that with the Switch 2. We saw that with game pricing for the Switch 2, and it's no surprise. And now they're going as low as increasing the price of a 7 to 8 year old piece of hardware, the original Switch, which I think is completely unacceptable. And some might say, okay, it's because of tariffs. Tariffs have actually got a lot better in the past couple of months. But this comment here from Pika explains why it's not, tariffs are not to blame, at least not fully to blame. It says, even with the tariffs, I doubt Nintendo's taking a big hit with these consoles. There is no effing way OLED needs to be sold at $350 for their current margins, while the Switch 2 is being sold for not that much higher with brand new components and making a profit. Nintendo decided to turn the tariffs into an opportunity to further drive their profits. A 7-year-old device that wasn't even cutting edge at launch getting a price hike is insane, even with tariffs etc. taken into account. I love how Nintendo found a way to create a new cash cow. Most companies are losing money from tariffs. Nintendo will be making a profit. Did Nintendo's cost to produce these old consoles increase because of tariffs? Yes. Does the tariffs related increase in cost overcome the discounts Nintendo has amassed for using 7-plus-year-old components in one of their biggest economies of scale ever seen in a game console? F no. The increase is disproportionate from the tariffs' overall impact, and Nintendo's decided to use the tariffs as an excuse to earn some extra money on a 7-year-old device that costs chump change to produce. That basically sums up my thoughts, everyone else's thoughts. And again, Red Key Keyboard here. Who the hell is going to buy a Switch 1? Well, you can get the Switch 2 for $100 more. I couldn't agree more. And like this article from The Verge says, obviously it covers the Switch 2 price not being raised yet. It's still on the horizon. I think it's already overpriced. I remember the price of the Switch 2 being announced. It's about $300 in Japan for the Japanese version. The US, they decided and had the nerve to charge $449 to $500 for the Switch 2. I thought that was absurd then. And now we're looking, and we're literally coming up to the point now where we might even see a price increase above that, which is just absolutely insane. So, I mean, what more can be said? Nintendo, I'm disappointed in you. I expected better, and for you to see you price gouge your own customers, your own fans. We've obviously seen a lot of the stuff here about them attacking, emulation, fan projects. They've really been attacking their own customers and their own fan base, and they don't seem to give a crap. They've been doing it for years now. They've been gaslighting their own community, and saying what we charge is what you're going to pay, and you will like it, you will buy it, and we will make a crap ton of money. If you don't like it, go play something else. I think Doug Bowser even said in response to the criticism about the Switch 2's price, he says, "Oh, you think the Switch 2 is expensive? You think it's too pricey? Well, it's a good thing that we're still making the Switch 1. Buy one of those instead." And now even those are going up in price. Doug Bowser. He literally embodies Bowser from the Mario universe. An evil overlord, dinosaur dragon monster who's all about capitalism and profits and greed. Doug Bowser, I'm looking at you. Anyways, I don't know what to say. Like it says, it's at the point now where I'm just like, I've had a Switch 2 since release. We've got Super Mario Kart World on it, and that's all we've got for it so far. Which is an expensive game. Don't get me wrong, Donkey Kong Bonanza looks great. I'll probably get it at some point, discounted. I'll get other first-party games, but if there's a choice, if there's a third-party game, I'm going to buy it for PC. Price, the flexibility to play it on anything, my Steam Deck, my gaming PC. I like that. Nintendo, I don't think they deserve the support they're getting right now, because they keep shafting us. Anyways, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. I'm disappointed. I'm at the point where I'm just going to go back and play some old Nintendo games. Game Boy games on my Steam Deck. SNES, DS games. Why not? There's literally decades of games I've yet to play. Big franchises. Even Donkey Kong. I don't think I've ever played a Donkey Kong game for longer than 2 minutes. So, yeah. If that's how Nintendo are going to treat us as customers, as fans, decades-old fans. I grew up with my first Nintendo console was a Game Boy Pocket. Got a Game Boy Color after that. Got a Game Boy Advance after that. Got a DS after that. Got a 3DS after that. Massive handheld fan. I was more of a PlayStation, Xbox, Sega home console guy. But yeah, it's kind of funny how we've came full circle now. And, as a handheld Nintendo fan, they've sort of merged their home console with their handheld console and made, obviously, the Switch. I think that's great. But yeah, this disdain for their own customers is getting tiring, and it's getting fatiguing, and this just isn't cool. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. I'm Blaze2K. We cover Switch 2 every day, or cover gaming, Switch 2, tech every day on the channel multiple times a day. I'd love to see your comments down below in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, click the bell icon, check the comments, and check the description for some links to the Switch 2 micro SD cards. There's some great deals going on right now, and they're coming into stock a lot more, so get yourself a micro SD card for your Switch 2. Anyways, I love you. I appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one. I'm Blaze2K. Have a great rest of your weekend, guys. Peace out.
Let's go.